Okay, number 57. It says a tub of water has 24 inches. Wow. A tub has 24 inches of water in it and is draining. The equation h of x equals 24 minus 1.25x tells you the height of the water in inches, where x is the time the water has been draining in minutes. So basically, that equation is saying we have 24 inches of water and we're losing 1.25 inches every minute. Okay? So now it says using interval notation, what's the domain and range of the function? So they want you to write the domain and range of that function, okay? And you have to base it off of, the water draining. So let's do the range first, because that one's really easy. The range is how much water is in the tub. So what is the lowest amount of water that can be in the tub? How many inches? 0 inches, right? Because when it's completely drained, there's 0 inches left, right? What's the maximum amount of our function? 24, because it started at 24 inches. And so our range is from 0 to 24. Okay, that one makes, that's kind of common sense, right? How much water we can have in the tub from least to greatest. It starts at 24, and the least is when it's empty, it's 0. Now, the one that's a little more confusing, the domain, because the domain is going to be the x, which is going to be our time, right? So if we start timing it, right, we're timing how many minutes? Well, what's our time start at? 0. The time's going to start at 0, of course, because at first we have 0. We're starting at 0 minutes. But what's the maximum time? The maximum time is going to be when our tub is completely empty, right? When our tub is completely empty, which means my h of x or my y is equal to 0, right? Because that's when our tub's empty. So to find out what x could be, I will plug in 0 for h of x and solve for x. Because that will tell me how many minutes it took to have my tub at 0 inches of water, right? So what would I do to solve for x here? Subtract 24? How could we keep it positive, though? We could just add the 1.25x. And that gives me 1.25x equals 24. And then how do I x by itself to give me my answer? That's right. And that gives you x equals 19.2. So at 19.2 minutes, that's when your tub is completely empty, and that's going to be when your timer stops, right? When your tub's empty. So 0 to 19.2 is going to be the domain. And that's number 57.